A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. Yeah, I think we're here. I think we're in here.
You hear that energy? Yeah, I think we're here. Have y'all ever heard him be that melancholy?
Yep, we are definitely in here. We're definitely live. I can hear ourselves. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? Welcome to the most must-see wrestling review and live reaction show on all of YouTube. I'm talking about A&B Convos,
a wrestling edition.
We've got our channel mascots over here. Let me go ahead and get these introductions out of the way. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, let me give you the most must-see wrestling review channel mascots in all the land. Here is the original channel mascot. She is the Shih Tzu Terrier of Terror, weighing in at 15 pounds. Give it up for the one and only Bone Crusher.
Is she only 15?
She's gotten a little svelte. She's more fur now. And of course, the other channel mascot. She's no, you're not a Shih Tzu. You're a Golden Doodle mix, weighing in at 26
She weighs a lot.
Yeah, whatever she's weighs.
Heavy.
Give it up for the one and only Stella the Storyteller Rhodes. What's up, y'all? Good to see everybody. Thank y'all so much for joining us here. Now, we're not going to take up too much of your time. Monday Night Raw.
Don't even say nothing, Sophie Duffy.
Is on a different schedule, right? They are international right now. Today, they were coming from Glasgow, Scotland, and lively crowd, but it is at a time that we just are not able to go live. Next week, it's going to be even earlier because they're going to be in London, England, and I believe it is going to be at noontime, Pacific Standard Time. So depending on how this goes, we may or may not do a review next week. We'll have to see. We're getting a few people coming in here. They're filing in. So again, we're not going to take up too much of your time. We kind of just going to run down our review. We don't typically do reviews like this, but you know what? We're here, and let's go ahead and see who we got up in the chat. Who's here in the mod squad?
Well, I see the Triple OG, Sophie Duffy up in here.
Triple OG?
Yes, this is like a Saturday Night Live main event, except for we're actually doing a review of this Raw.
Yeah.
Not just like everything in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also have Steven Sandridge in the house.
Marked by Wrestling.
That may be the only two mods. Oh, Samantha Poole was in here, and then she ducked out.
That's okay.
So, yeah, those were the only mods that I saw up in here. So, for members, Anthony was in here. But I don't know if Anthony's here anymore because it sounded like you hadn't seen the show and you didn't want spoilers.
I see Anthony in here. Let me give you a year.
Yes.
Samantha Poole bounced, so she gets a year.
And then Dossie Chatham. How are you, my friend?
What's going on, Dossie?
Dossie's always there. Michael Tolbert, how you doing?
How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you very much for joining us.
Lauren Biggs is in the house.
Who also was in Just Alex's chat earlier.
Okay.
And my man, 3 Diglas, gifted 50 memberships over there, and she was amongst the lucky few.
Yeah, 3 Diglas don't love us like that no more.
I mean,
I think, we decided to have an open relationship with him. Can we be honest? We decided to have an open relationship with 3 Diglas and share with our friend Alex because that's what people who love you do. But what happens when you open that door, we're second fiddle now. 3 Diglas don't love us like he just
maybe
Alex,
you were
but that's
just a little bit nicer, you kind of.
He's not nice to me.
He has the right.
Oh, hell no. Ain't nobody got the right to not be nice to me. Okay. Anyway. So then, hold up. My keyboard is stuck. So let's see. Was there any other Dylan Danger?
What up, Dylan?
I don't know. My thing isn't gonna let me go back. Those are all the members and the mod that I had seen at the time.
Is that what you got?
Yes. And then how you doing, Aaron Teagle? Glad you're here.
All right. So let me go ahead and run it down real quick. We got Rick RT. What is
See you
going
later,
on?
Anthony. Love you.
See you later, Anthony. Faritza Heat is over here. Gaming Pro. Why are you starting at 9:30? Yeah, so yeah, like I said, Gaming Pro could not go live. These Raws, it's
Yes, Lauren. Lauren just said it. What psychopath schedules a Raw midday? Well, it's not midday where it's happening. It's just midday for us here.
I'm thrilled for the international crowd.
Hey, the Geek Box.
I am. I'm thrilled for the international crowd. I really am. What's up, Geekbox? But for those of us in the States that do this, who have daytime jobs, it is a little difficult. It's a little difficult to just take the afternoon off. Like, it's
I'm
tough.
at an appointment on the other side of town. He's at work. We're trying to figure out how to drive and watch Raw and do what we need to do and watch Raw. It wasn't easy.
Yeah, man. It was not easy. So we've got, let me see. Did you say what's up with Michael Tolbert?
Hey, kicking
Did
it
you do
with
the
Leah.
members?
I did the members, but I said that my thing froze.
Oh, okay.
And so I might have missed a few people. I might have missed Michael Tolbert.
All right, so
I said
we
hi
got
to a lot of
we
them.
got Dawsey, we got Michael
him.
Tolbert. All right, Michael, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Thank you very much for being with us. Tyrell Bree, Black Panther Gaming. Thank you for being here at the 9-minute and 45-second mark. My baby sister, mwah. Love you, baby sis. Thank you for supporting us like you do.
Oh, the Three Kings is here. I haven't seen you since I've been back.
What up, Three Kings?
Where were you, champ?
She is propped up. She's got her foot propped up. Kicking it with Leo. What's good, kicking it with Leo? Yeah, man. Look, this was a very serious injury, okay? We're talking multiple fractures, literal rip of tendons from the bone. So the fact that she's even with us is cray-cray. Dime Drawer Fourth. The Dime Drawer the
Dime?
Fourth.
Oh, okay.
Like a dime bag.
I don't know if that's what it's like.
Well, but
Excuse
you understood
him.
what I meant. You know exactly what I said. You're like, oh,
Well,
that's
we
a
both
dime
quote
bag?
Friday all the time. Let's not act like
It's a
we don't know what
dime
a
bag.
dime bag is.
What's going on, Aaron Teagle? Good to see you, my friend.
There ain't no such thing as a dime bag these days. Okay, I mean, I wouldn't know for sure.
Yeah, you
But
better not know. Better not know. Let me go ahead and give it up to Steven Sandridge. Member for 11 months. Come on, Steven.
yes.
If Cena is going to go heel, my man can't copy and paste promos. I mean, you ain't said nothing but a word. We're going to get into it. We're going to get, no, look. Like I said, we don't typically do Raw reviews. Under the circumstances, it is what it is. So we're gonna let our hair down a little bit. Typically, we're watching along with you all, so we try to do commentary, but it's hard to do that and see what's going on the screen. But I've got some things that I need to get off my chest.
Hey, Rickardy.
I need to talk about a couple things, Steven. I love that. Thank
Hey,
you very much.
Hassan Terrell. How
And
you
the
doing?
Geek Box. So I want to give a big shout to the Geek Box. We do reactions, reviews, what have you, but our reactions to big moments, a lot of times Geek Box is gracious enough to include us in his compilation of all of the other YouTubers that are doing this. So we really appreciate that love, Geek Box. Thank you
do.
very much. We try to get
We
into your
do.
videos and put it in the chat whenever we see ourselves.
Yeah.
You got Marked by Wrestling in there as well, if I'm not mistaken. So a big thank you and a big shout to the Geek Box. Thank you for doing what you do.
Even though we got probably more hate than any other YouTubers in the world over our reaction of what's his name? What is his name? What's his name?
You talking about MJF?
The YouTuber.
Oh, I Show Speed.
I Show Speed. See, I don't even remember his name. We probably
Yeah.
got more hate on that video than anybody you've ever had in one of your videos. But that's okay.
We said
I just don't know who he is. Why do I care about him
was
being in
I
a
would
match?
love for that spot to have gone to an actual wrestler. I had no
It has nothing to do
kind
with
of
him.
nothing,
We don't
no
know
quarrel against I Show Speed whatsoever, but that's fine.
But it was, hey,
A dime in this
all
economy.
attention is good attention. Also, I
Uh-oh.
want to give a special shout out to Corp CA because I've been waiting to see if he was ever going to come and pay us a visit because your nemesis is my nemesis.
See, this is why he's not up in here.
Because
you need to be kinder.
No, he is, me and him have the same nemesis.
Yeah.
Best for real.
But he's not your
Three
nemesis.
Dicklets is not nice to me.
It's like a brother sister.
It Anyway.
It's a brother-sister thing. Show
Well,
some love.
I think Corpsier will be nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, this right here is from Just Alex's World, a safe space. Thank you very much, Corpsier. We acknowledge you dropping a big hundo. Acknowledge me, the tribal chief and head of the table. Now that's a big that's a big statement. That's huge. That's huge. That's
I
a
feel like
big
this is my
statement.
solo. I love you, Corpsier.
But I'm gonna tell you right now. Wait
a minute though, Three Diglets. Don't even gaslight me with telling him that I hate you. He started with me first, did he not?
This is what I'm saying. Followed up by that.
He started it.
Is none other than Three Diglets with them golden locks. I love this. Saturday night's main event on a Sunday vibes on a Monday. You still trash, Dork CA. I had to read that, Corp. I had to read it.
What? Did he say that? Oh,
He said that in Just Alex's live. Call him Dork CA.
Oh, y'all got some stuff going on.
I
okay.
told you it was.
Oh,
friction.
y'all got personal.
This was King Kong and Godzilla. This was.
Is that what that was?
There was some friction.
It was King Kong and Godzilla up in there
going on, but it's just a question of who is in fact king of the monsters. We will get to that. We got 850 Big Boy. Thank you very much, Three Diglets, and thank you, Corp CA.
Thank you, Corp
Y'all
CA.
dropped some love, and thank you to Just Alex. He did ask kindly if some fine folks can come in here, give B some love, drop a little coinage.
Oh,
So
that's
big shout to Just
sweet,
Alex.
Alex. That's
Thank
our
you
brother
very
from
much.
another mother.
Brandon Thomas is over here. Good to see you. Asho Speed said he is done with professional wrestling. He is done with WWE. So if he does show up,
Are you kidding me? Money talks. He ain't done with nobody's WWE.
I want to see another spear. Say that right now. AKA B hates me. No, she doesn't.
I told Three Diglets.
We appreciate you. Your big miss. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Ooh,
Did you see
Rickardy's
Jay
on the B
botched?
team. Hey.
Yeah. Okay. So let's.
Wait, who said that?
That was Sophie Dofi.
Said did we see what?
Jay botched.
I mean, obviously everybody in the whole world saw it, and we're gonna talk to that when we get to that segment because that obviously is a part of tonight.
Speed gonna be like put me in there with Dom or something. Yeah, I mean that's fine. Dom can go when he wants to go. He's not on Raw. He's not all gas, no brakes. When he wrestled on NXT, that was a very different Dom. There's something in the water down there in NXT. I don't know that they don't be drinking the same water over here on the main roster.
Right.
But that's neither here nor there. So let's go ahead and run it down. Let's get into it. We're gonna run it down. All right, here it is. Night Raw review. The show started off on a somber note. No. It didn't start off on a somber note. No, it started off with the man that you can't see, none other than John Cena, once again coming out here wanting to talk to the people. Now, Marked by Wrestling, Steven Sandridge, he done said it. You can't just show up, copy, and paste. Now, I don't disagree with that statement.
Mm-hmm.
He expounded on what he said earlier, and I'm not mad at it. At the same time, they're also saying he's going to show up next week, and they're going to have yet another confrontation. So,
But no, it has to get physical. You just have to.
Well, no, Stella, that's not a toy. That's not a toy. Hold on. I don't know why that's on the floor.
What is it?
It's a clapper. I'm not going to have that ruined.
Like,
It's a clapper.
look, clap on.
Yeah, that's that.
I will
refuse
do
to
this
have that
every time I
ruined.
want to slap somebody for a comment. This is me slapping you for a comment.
So
No.
John Cena shows up, and he's got some things to say. Kind of goes in on the audience, just does what he does. Now, I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. John Cena's unmatched on the microphone. I'm going to be honest with you, though. I don't want to read too much into this because I want to ultimately get to WrestleMania. I don't want to read too much into this, okay? I'm an actor myself, so I like to know the cues that actors use. I think I can pick up on the cues that actors use, and we're seeing a very different John Cena. But what I saw today there's subtleties. You know, I always say there's levels to this. There's subtleties in acting. John Cena is an accomplished actor at this point, okay? But what I saw today was reminiscent initially of Omos. And I've said this before. The issue that I have with Omos is his face. And by his face, I mean he always looks like he's holding in a laugh. When he's trying to mean mug and he's doing whatever he's doing, 7 foot, 300 plus, you look at a Bron Breakker and there's nothing about him that makes you say, this guy is holding in a laugh. He looks mean. He wants to break you apart. There's something about Omos when he's doing his, it's like he's laughing at the same time. It's bizarre. So today I'm looking at John Cena's face when he's coming out. I'm looking at him when he's in the ring and pretty much throughout the entire time. And I got to be honest with you. I was about it when he turned, when The Rock did his whole little thing. I was about it last week. This week, I didn't necessarily buy it.
Really?
I bought Cody Raheem.
Really?
I didn't necessarily buy it.
The whole night, or I mean, the whole time, or like for like you know, how you be in a match and you be like, this ain't good, and then they pick it up at the end.
There were a couple of moments, you know, that he had me during his promo. There were a couple of moments, but then he goes back to his mean mugging, and it's interesting. There are some people.
This is a Hollywood actor, so that's really interesting.
That are just natural heels, and it comes across that way. Like I'm gonna pardon my French, but I'm gonna say it. Jade Cargill. Beautiful woman, the guns of the Navarone, but she has resting bitch face like I have never seen.
And you don't think John Cena does?
I'm
just
saying.
thinking today when he is not smiling now that he's got older, he has resting bitch face for a man. He has a resting bitch face.
Here's what I would like to see a little bit more of. I would love to see a little more John Cena coming out when Kurt Angle, for example, called out whoever from the back. John Cena comes out and he's like, "What's your name, kid?" "I'm John Cena." Ruthless aggression. Like he's kind of shaking and he's got a little, kind of a thing. I would like to see a little more of that. I would like to see a little more anger, if you will. I know he's reserved. He's choosing his moment as an actor. And I'm understanding of it. You know what I mean? I'm just not necessarily buying it today. And I'm not sure what it is. But regardless.
But you were distracted, weren't you?
No, I was looking. But my point is, I want to see, because like Steven said, you can't just copy and paste what you did last week.
Yeah.
Like we can't do this week after week after week.
And maybe that's the difference. I wasn't here. Steven sat in for me when he did this with you guys. And I only caught like a little bit of that. I didn't like super pay attention to it. So then today I actually paid attention to it. And I could tell that he was just expounding on the same thing like you said. But when he started saying you didn't want me to make your champion into a toy. Now I'm going to take your champion from you. Like I bought it. What I thought it was just fine. I don't know what you're expecting from him.
I'm curious to see what the people got to say about that. It was a Kong Godzilla poster at Adam Pearce's office this week. Yeah, see, and that's exactly what we got going on right here.
It was Corpse CA and 3 Diglets in his office?
That's exactly what we're talking about. And again, 3 Diglets, you know she love you. Okay. He didn't botch. Okay, yeah, I didn't see a botch. I got to give a shout out to the one and only Jody Bennett. Woo! What up, Jody? Good to see you. I know we got a couple more super chats. Brandon King Carter, what is going on here? But let me ask how y'all felt about this interaction with Cody and John Cena. I mean, was this just a rehash of last week? Do you feel like we're advancing the story? And here's the bigger question that I have. Here's the bigger question. And we can talk about this a little further down the line. We're not gonna take too much time tonight's review, but WrestleMania's build. You know, I heard just Alex talk about this a little bit, but I got to ask. It seemed to have kicked into high gear a little bit. Before that, we were kind of collectively saying this build has been kind of mid. We had a little Rock come back, and of course now he's doing whatever he's doing, which is fine. We got 2 nights to fill. We got about 3.5 weeks, give or take, 3 weeks and some change till Mania. And I don't know what's going on.
Right.
I know some of the matches.
He said, I don't know what's going on.
We got a Cody. We got a Charlotte. We got a Uso. You know what I mean? But I don't know what's going on. So I got to ask y'all, man. I know we keep saying we still got a little bit of time, but I don't know if I feel like the road to WrestleMania needs to be all gas, no brakes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what I mean.
And what we're getting right now is a car. We're getting an electric vehicle. A lot of times, if anybody's ever driven behind an electric vehicle, it's usually like a Tesla. They got 2 speeds, slow or fast. And a lot of times, they're just driving all kinds of slow because they want to just conserve the energy. They don't want to drain the battery. Probably don't have a charger at home. Just trying to wait till they get to the next supercharger. Like, you're just kind of coasting along. You feel me? We can't coast along on the road to WrestleMania. We need to be all gas, no brakes, big dog. And I don't think that's too much to ask for the grandest stage of them all. So I'm asking the question, did this WrestleMania, did it hit it for you? Was this all gas, no brakes, or was just like, you know what? We're gonna go and hit the regen and save a little bit for later. I don't know.
I mean, you would have to go segment by segment because, you know, there was a different level of excitement last year when it was The Rock, like there, cutting his promos. He's doing stuff online. We're talking about what he said on Instagram. And John Cena is not willing to engage to that extent. And I don't see, even though The Rock is involved, I don't see him saying anything and really getting involved. Like, I haven't, unless he says some stuff on the social media that I've missed and you didn't tell me. I didn't see anything. So he's not really invested like he was last year. So you're right. It doesn't have the same hype it did last year. But last year was an exceptional year. You guys got to remember, it was like one of those moments that was magical that happened where the crowd really did change and rewrite the narrative, and it made it so it just was like the people were in the driver's seat. And so it was really, really contentious. It was just so much going on. I don't know if it's fair to think that we're going to top that or even get that every year.
I mean, that's a fair point. We've got some super chats here. Let me go ahead and get to what y'all got to say. Kicking it with Leo with a big $4.99 bomb. Thank you very much, Kicking it with Leo. You say, I want to say, thank you for inspiring me to chase my dreams no matter what. And because of you and Alex, I reached and exceeded 1,000 subs.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Woo! That's awesome.
That's what I'm talking about, Kicking it with Leo. That's what I'm talking about. Huh? Keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars. Steven knows what that was. That's what I'm talking about. Congratulations to you, Kicking it with Leo. That's awesome. All right. 3 Diglett says, all jokes aside, though, Corp CA, glad you're here. Welcome, sir.
Welcome.
As are we. I can appreciate that love. That's a hand. Now, there's a part of me that feels like that's a hand, and then you're going to kick him in the, I don't know. Makes me wonder about that one. This is what I'm talking about. Just Alex, we are family. Oh, I got all my chatters in me. That's what I'm talking about. I changed it. I changed it. Just Alex, the big dog.
What's up, Just Alex?
Thank you, Alex, for stumping for us in your live earlier. We really, really, really appreciated that. Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
And that was a good live stream, by the way,
Absolutely.
too. Good live stream. Let me see what else we got to say
Steven
here.
got you. Casey Kadem.
Told you. Told you. That's all it takes. Mm-hmm. He's trying to put a bounty on your head, but I don't know about all that, Aaron.
Thank you, Sophie Dophie. Do what Triple OG say. Hit that like, subscribe, and
this
join
right here,
the family.
Specifically for you from Corp CA. Get well wishes to you, B. Big up to you, A. And as far as 3D, I have nothing further to say to poop.
Oh, jeez. Oh, I guess your guys' rivalry is a little deeper than ours.
It is. It runs deep. It runs deep. Dang. First off, we try to foster a family show. So I appreciate the self-censorship on that one, sir. I really do. You said poop. And that's just funnier.
It is funnier,
I gotta be honest. That's just funnier. But that promo, I felt different about it. That promo was good. Cena looks like A when he sees Roman comforting B. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Oh,
That's funny.
Okay. Very well, I can say it this way. Very well, you fucking cunt. Fucking cunt. I said it with an accent, so I didn't really say it.
I don't know if that's how that works.
Been so long, farewell. Like that movie we used to watch at recess. How? Wow, that's terrible.
Who was he talking to?
Who you think?
Corpsier?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. All right, I need y'all to play
funny.
nice in the playground.
Thank you, Brandon King Carter.
Thank you, 3 Diglets, for that. You made me say it. I didn't want to say it.
Hey, Teresa.
Oh, Lauren Biggs said, breaking news, John Cena's bringing back the Divas title. All right.
Woo!
That's what I'm talking about.
The Divas title. That's funny.
That's hilarious. I'm actually not mad at that. It's been kind of up and down. All right. Let me see where we got. Steven Sandridge, a big bomb right there. And again, my man, which I'm assuming is correct, you're going to be doing a live watch along of NXT tomorrow night. I don't want to speak for you. You may have some stuff going on. Marked by Wrestling. If you are, please let the people know in the chat. You say, building feuds shows growth. The only thing new stuff I got from Cena this week was you called the spinner belt a toy. Rock did that. Taking the title away at Mania. What happened to December? First off, I love that toy. Okay? That's going to be the next belt in my belt collection. I want that spinner belt. I love that spinner belt. And I could care less if it was a toy.
Hey, J.R. Dugan.
It was cool.
Hey, Godfrey.
The spinner belts were cool. Okay?
Hey, Pretty Richie.
What up, Pretty Richie? What's going on, son? So I loved it. But I don't want to give predictions yet. We're going to save our predictions for later. I have my thoughts. I have my feelings on what's going to happen at WrestleMania. I'm pretty sure The Rock is going to be involved in some way. Has to be. Has to be. Why do I say that? Because The Rock was the catalyst for this whole thing. Once again, The Rock has interjected himself into a major storyline, and he flipped the switch in Cena by doing his thing. You cannot not be a part of this.
Yeah, no, him not being involved in this and not showing up is part of the issue. Him missing is a glaring deficit in the story. So
And here's the
needs
deal.
to show up
He
on
said,
Friday.
I don't want this. I want your soul. Like, he basically said, no, this is, but also keep in mind, last year before he left, they swapped belts and he said, this just feels right. Yeah, no, he wants that belt. He's obviously not going to wrestle for it himself. He's got to get the prototype to do it for him. But you got to be there.
Right.
You got to be there, dog. Otherwise, what are we even doing here?
Right.
You know what I mean? What are we even doing?
Hi.
So this makes me wonder.
Hi.
We see Rock every few business months. Ain't that the truth, T-Man? Ain't that the truth? Let me go ahead and see what we got over here. We got a...
Really, Brandon? That's what you think? That's interesting.
Let me see. Steven Sandridge says, I'm almost starting to wonder if Cena turned heel because Rock had to dip again. I know there's still a month left, but now's the time to hit the gas.
Ooh. Get down.
That's a fair question, but I don't know.
Me, I don't think it would have made sense for him. Like when we were talking about it at the podcast, like I didn't think that it made sense for him to do a big retirement thing when he retired years ago. Let's all be honest. But you coming back to retire when you actually don't go here. It only would have made sense if it was because you were going to turn heel and you wanted to leave in a different way or do something different. Because otherwise, who cares if you get another title if you didn't, if you were just the same old person, but you're not the best version of yourself because you're older and you're not in the ring like that. I don't know why we would care about that like that. So I don't know if I agree with that.
Yeah, it makes me wonder. It's a fair point. It's a fair point.
It's something to ponder.
It's a fair point, but
I wasn't there, so I don't know.
It had to happen. I mean, I was questioning whether or not he was actually going to turn heel, and I said if he does turn heel, he needs to go full Anakin episode 3, and that's exactly what we got. But I feel at this point I'm not mad at the way Cody's approaching it. I just feel in the storyline, in the kayfabe of things, I feel like Cody is underestimating. There's a part of me that feels like we're getting a lying in wait Cena. Like he's got something up his sleeve. Like something's about to happen in such an epic way. Like what I'm basically getting at here is,
because it's not like he word battled with him. He just smiled at him and rolled out of the ring.
Cena needs to. I'm just gonna say it, and I don't mean this literally, like, but I mean he needs to Joey Mercury ladder face Cody Rhodes. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Okay? In other words, the ladder hit Joey Mercury in the face, and his face blew up. Live on camera. I'm not saying that he needs to blow up Cody Rhodes' face. What I'm saying is he needs to decimate Cody Rhodes.
You think he needs to act like The Rock acted last year?
I'm basically saying he needs to put a whooping. He needs to be whooped like a government mule. And I feel like we might actually get that Cena. I feel like he is reserving himself like you just don't know. I am Thanos right now, and I'm about to snap you out of existence. I need that Cena to show up.
Well, Lauren Biggs said Cena needs to turn into Brock.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm sure it'll be a good contest. I'm sure that it'll go maybe 15 minutes, whatever it'll do. But nah, man, I need a definitive. Like I need people shook. Like Undertaker lost at Mania shook.
But they were when he beat him until he was in the ring bloody and put his.
And that's what I'm talking about.
No.
I'm talking about during their match.
Oh, got you. Okay.
During their match, I need him to leave the audience in absolute shock.
For sure, I agree.
As to what just happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? I need a big moment like that. I don't think that's being unfair. I don't think that's too much to ask. Steven Sandridge says, let me go ahead and lay it out to you. WWE's driving under the speed limit in the left lane on the road to WrestleMania. You done said it! That's exactly what's happening. Driving under the speed limit in the left lane on the road to WrestleMania. And we're over here like,
That's a really good analogy.
We are honking our horns, saying, what is taking you so long? Put your foot on the gas and let's get to the destination. I want to be left breathless. Look, I've said this many a time and I'm going to say it again. Not going back to the Attitude Era like we are romanticizing it, saying that everything about the Attitude Era was balls to the wall. But it was balls to the wall as in you didn't know what to expect week after week. Every week was going to be something different. Every week was going to be like, okay, I need to make sure I tune in to Raw or Nitro because this is must-see television. I can't miss it. That is the energy that needs to be brought on the road to WrestleMania.
So let me ask you this. Is it possible that deciding to do the Road to WrestleMania tour in Europe actually hurt them because of everything logistically that goes into traveling to another country for a month or whatever, and then traveling back and everything that goes along with that? Like, did they bite off more than they could chew, and it's actually negatively affecting their WrestleMania?
No, I don't think so. I think the crowd is great. The
Would
crowd
The Rock
helps give
be
the
showing up
energy.
if he were in the US of A?
That might be, but this is what I'm also saying is that John Cena and Cody Rhodes 2 nights at WrestleMania do not make. Like it's a
If
full.
you don't think that Seth and CM Punk and Roman Reigns are going to be the main event on night one,
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there's more to WrestleMania than just this.
yeah.
So, everything needs to be all gas, no brakes. That's what I'm saying.
So then let's get into the next one and see how you felt about that segment.
Well, let me go ahead and bring it up. The Usos, reunited. Big Jim, main event,
A Town Down Under.
taking it on. Tag team match. We love to see it. The crowd was about it to see the
It's a good
Usos
match.
reunited once again. Decent match. Look, all them
Decent match.
boys can get down with the get down.
All of them.
Let's just keep it 100. At the end of the day, Usos got the dub. Did it matter though? Because what happened? What happened? The ring Hadal Gunther pulls out Big Jim, lays it in to Jey Uso. Now, he kind of slipped in the corner. Now, whether that was intentional or not, doesn't matter. The point is, it was what it was.
I mean, we're all human beings. They're doing stuff that I couldn't even think about doing without falling down. So sometimes people are going to slip. Sometimes stuff will happen. Like I said before, Io Shirai, Io Sky has messed up more times the last couple months than anyone I've ever seen in my life. I don't see nobody giving her a hard time. And she just gets back up and does it again.
But I'm inclined to believe that it was intentional. And I think it was a stalling tactic. It could not be. But they do these stalling tactics if your dance partner isn't in the right position.
That's true.
So I've never really seen him do that before. And so it seemed a little odd for him to do it now. It's possible it was a legitimate slip and fall. I just initially don't think that it was. But regardless, Gunther capitalized on that, winning on my man. I liked it. And this is exactly what I've been saying for weeks, because I want to skip ahead just a little bit, because there's two things in between that. But you saw Jimmy and Jey talking backstage.
That's part of the show. What happened at the end anyway?
Talking backstage. Jimmy over here trying to get some confidence, trying to get swag, trying to get his mojo back from my man, Jey Uso. What?
Did you get that from me?
Did what?
She did.
broke the fan.
No, that's my fan. Okay,
That's what I just said. She just broke the fan.
I thought she got the clap thing from me.
You can't chew that. That's not a toy.
You want me to go pick it up?
Oh, I can't just go pick it up. I'm in the middle of a thing.
Sit down.
Here. Get one more thing.
Go over there and throw it over there. Maybe she'll go that way.
So
Sorry, you guys. We're
yeah,
gonna get
when
to
you
your
got
super
dogs,
chats.
when you got dogs, what are you gonna do? Come here, Stella. So they were talking, Big Jim talking to Jey Uso, like, look, man, you need to go ahead and get your swag back. And I've been saying this for weeks, that Jey is not showing any confidence. Again, we're talking about the kayfabe umbrella here, people, okay? He's not showing any confidence. He doesn't believe that he can beat Gunther. And this is what I was seeing over here. He's doubting himself.
Right, which is what Jay is saying, yeah.
And everybody's doubting me. Well, the reality is, dog, you're not displaying confidence enough. So why then should we believe that you can do something that you don't even believe in? And Jimmy's like, I need this right-hand man. This is who I need. And then what happens after that? They go their separate ways. Jimmy goes around the corner. Who's lurking?
He slapped him. I mean, we ain't seen that kind of slap since Sonya Deville.
That was all, no bread, no water, just meat.
He slapped the heck out of him. I was screaming. That was so entertaining.
And I'm going to tell you right now. Gunther looked like he liked it. Gunther Freak of the Week. I don't know what kind of S&M, sadomasochistic stuff that my man is into. To nobody. But then again, I see that all the time. If y'all watch those slap contests, I know y'all seen it. You will see these slapping contests, and you get people that get slapped. There's a tell. There's a tell in boxing and in that. If you tag somebody and you hurt them, they'll smile. And that tells your opponent, okay, that hurt a little bit, but that also tells your opponent, I'm kind of digging it. So this is a whole different Gunther. And I don't know what it's going to take for main event Jey Uso to get that confidence, to get that swag.
Well, apparently Steven thinks that Gunther's going to kill Jimmy next week, and then Jay's going to get revenge, because that's what I'm getting out of his comment. He said next week we're getting Rocky 4, Gunther playing Ivan Drago, and Jimmy Uso playing Apollo Creed. So you're saying that Gunther's going to kill Jimmy, and then Jay's going to be like, I didn't throw in the towel soon enough.
I defeat real champion. And if he dies,
he dies.
He dies. Ba-da-dun-dun. I ain't going to throw in the towel, Apollo. You know what I mean? Yeah, come on. Yeah, I mean, that's basically what it is. Mm-hmm. That's basically what it is. Let me try to catch up a little bit in the chat, but yeah, that makes me wonder, man. I know everybody is wanting Jey Uso to win, and I don't think there's anybody doubting that that's actually going to happen, but I got to tell you.
Agree, well-rounded, Leo.
Triple H loves to swerve us, and based on what I'm seeing right now, and I like it, I'm not totally convinced in this here and now that Jey Uso is going to beat Gunther.
Well, that's what they're trying to do, so they're doing their job well, is to convince you that he can't do it.
And that's why I say I like it. Mm-hmm. So I'm not mad at what I'm seeing here.
Yeah.
What I am saying is...
But I like Big Brother slapping Gunther, though. That was just like on the schoolyard. You messing with my little brother? You messing with my little brother?
How close are we going to play this to WrestleMania? Is he going to go all the way to Mania, just being unsure of himself? I wonder. Corpse dropping a big one. Corpse versus 3D is yin and yang. Huh? Without me, Diglets has no purpose. That's why when I returned, he was no longer champ. What would happen if I gave him what he wants and disappeared? Everyone would hate you for it.
Wow. That's kind of deep.
That's a big statement. Mm-hmm. That's a big statement right there.
So are you saying that when Three Diglets first met you, he was like, you had me at hello? You guys have just been inseparable ever since?
Brendon King Carter, you've got an interesting question talking about, are we excited about the Punk Seth Roman WrestleMania?
Yes.
I see potential. I'm going to be honest with you.
What? You see potential?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a little more excited for what is surely going to end up being the triple threat for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. Now, we're going to get to that in a minute. I got to stay on target. But I'm a little more excited for that. For the moment. All right, we're going to run it down because I just want to get through what happened on Monday Night Raw. We had a promo from El Grande Americano. El Grande Americano. Oh.
You want me to be the good guy or the bad guy on commentary on this one?
You can be the bad guy.
Okay.
Hey yo, you can be the bad guy.
I for sure don't know how to do Razor Ramon, so I'll leave that to you.
Now, some people say this is Chad Gable. There's no proof of this. Okay, there's no evidence to suggest that he is, in fact, Chad Gable.
Okay, no, as the heel commentator, I'm supposed to say that's not Chad Gable. He said it wasn't him. He's sick.
Okay, so this is El Grande Americano. LWO was backstage talking to the Raw GM, Adam Pearce. They get interrupted by a coughing Chad Gable who was spreading his COVID all up and down Glasgow. He was defending his honor about El Grande Americano.
Wait a minute, Lauren Biggs said El North Americano.
El Pacific Northwest Americano. You know what I mean? Now, me personally, I'm loving this. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm loving it.
I'm loving this right now. Okay, Chad Gable is doing phenomenal work. He's not having any kind of interaction with his stable. He's just kind of doing his thing, and I can appreciate it. I can appreciate it. Now, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe somebody in the chat knows. I want to ask before I jump the gun. SmackDown, does anybody know exactly where SmackDown is going to be from? I don't know it because I don't have it pulled up right now. One thing I will say, being in Glasgow, it would have been great if we had some kind of Drew McIntyre sighting.
Yeah,
You
I
had
thought that
CM
too.
Punk here. We should have had my man show up.
Yeah,
People pop on anybody's show right now. Let's just forget about the draft.
yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? There should have been a Drew sighting.
Yeah.
There should have been. I realize he doesn't go here, but that's neither here nor there. Now let's talk about this real quick. Let's talk about this. And I think we got a few more super chats. Let me try to go ahead and catch up a little bit for this undersell the bill, but over deliver the show. I mean, we're gonna look. Just Alex, you're not wrong. We are gonna talk about this. The wrestling YouTube community. We're gonna talk about this post WrestleMania. Did they in fact undersell and over deliver? Or was it like, dang, this was a really mid WrestleMania? I don't know. But we are going to go. We're going to be doing a live watch along, and we're going to go in and we're going to go ham if this show is mid. I'm telling you. I don't want to have to do it, but I'm going to do it. 3 Diglett says, congrats.
Oh, London. Okay, sorry. It's going to be in London.
It's going to be in London. Okay, so missed opportunity. You were literally in his backyard, and you did not have
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre.
That's
I don't
weird.
get it.
That's weird. There's got to be some kind of weird reason.
3 Diglett says, congrats for being in the lead for the mid-card title, Corp CA. Everything okay? You guys are hitting the camera.
Hey. We're having a dog quake up in here.
Y'all need to stop. Everything in the world is right again. It all makes sense because you, sir, are indeed mid. Yeah.
Okay, well, first of all, a title is a title. It may not be the Super Chat title, but he hasn't even had an opportunity to fight for that. But why don't you show the belts right now on the screen that is on the line right now between these two, who I believe are
mid-card
tied.
title?
No,
The
they're
mid-card
not tied,
title?
actually. Corp CA is in the
The
lead.
heavyweight belt is defended when we do our PLEs. The mid-card championship, which I believe is being redone, but this is the only belt that has our channel mascots on it. So this right here is the mid-card lightweight super chat championship. All right?
You know what? Let's stop calling it a mid-card. Let's call it the Fighters Championship.
All right, fighters championships. I'm good with that. That's the fighters title. The fighters title. There you go.
And the other title will be the Roman Reigns title. It only shows up every couple
Why
of
got
months.
to be why? Well, okay, yeah, I can actually. That's hilarious. I can go with that. That's hilarious.
I know
All right,
y'all
so
didn't
that's
eat
the
those
fighters
snacks
title.
that fast.
What up, Calvin?
I'm gonna come tell her to let these dogs come play with her.
I have no idea, Calvin, what's going on with A-Town Down Under. It looked like they were going to break them up, and then they weren't, but they're still kind of adversarial somewhat
Yeah,
to some degree.
it's weird.
Hold on. I got to open the door for these channel mascots because they're going to rip down the set. Hold on, everybody.
They are tripping.
Are they going outside and do anything?
She had taken them on the patio. Do you want me to give her? We could give her a call. It is
Hold on, everybody.
warm. Man, it was 90. Actually, it was 100 degrees out here today. Oh, you're right. That was a missed opportunity for Joe Hendry as well.
Yep.
Yeah. See, That would have been great. That would have been, I mean, because nobody would expect him to come out. That would have been great. 8-town down undercard. Wow.
8-town down undercard. You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. Let me go ahead and catch up a little bit in the chat. Thank y'all for rocking with us, sticking with us here. We're getting through it. Come to watch. Yeah, we're going to talk about Bianca a little bit. Raw will be in London. Okay, yeah. I know Raw's going to be in London, which is great, but this really should have been this really should have been a situation where you had this Raw could have been so much livelier if they had Joe Hendry and Drew McIntyre. It wouldn't have hurt.
No, it wouldn't have hurt at all.
You know what I mean? 8-town slumber. Yeah, I mean, she over here thinking that Austin Theory is the next John Cena. I'm like, no way, dog.
Austin Theory is the next John Cena. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a darn.
It ain't happening. It ain't happening. I'm sorry.
I promise you. We'll talk about it and give me 6-7 years.
Everything can't be about the cheap pop. That's fair. That's fair. I know it can't all be about the cheap pop. What I am saying is you have a unique opportunity that you should take advantage of. That's what I'm saying. You brought him up already onto NXT. You actually had Joe Hendry call out John Cena. So it could have worked.
It could have worked.
And it would have been more than just the cheap pop. It could have worked. But that's neither here nor there. Now, let's go ahead and move on. Now, let's talk about this right here.
Exactly, Dossie.
So you had Lyra Valkyria defending her Intercontinental Championship against Raquel Gonzalez.
Yeah.
I actually liked this match. I actually enjoyed this match. I saw shades of Raquel. Excuse me. Did I say Gonzalez or Rodriguez? You had her facing Raquel Rodriguez. I saw shades of Raquel Gonzalez, NXT's Raquel Gonzalez, show up in this match.
Right.
And I liked it.
Yeah.
Now, at the end of the day, they're still all chips in on Lyra.
Well, it wouldn't have really made sense to put 2 belts on Raquel when she's Liv's yes girl. That doesn't make sense. Liv needs to have 2 belts before Raquel should.
I mean, I hear what you're saying. I wouldn't have been mad if this actually went the other way. I don't know what we're doing with Lyra right now. She's in some matches. The crowd seemed to be. She was home.
They didn't seem to care about the Bianca match tonight, but we'll get into that later.
Well, I mean, to be fair. I don't know why that. Okay, why does that change?
You think some people would be confused if Joe Hendry showed up? He's shown up before.
Okay, you know what? Forget Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
Just forget
That
Joe
was just
Hendry.
an example of doing something
I don't want to confuse anybody
different.
about Joe Hendry. Let's just stick with Drew McIntyre. CM Punk was there. Drew McIntyre could have showed up. It still could have been something. Something. That would have been the whole thing. But as far as this goes, they had the hometown girl come here, do her thing. She caught a beat down for her trouble after the match. And then in comes the role model, Bayley, to save the day. So they're clearly, to me, seems to be setting up a tag team situation, which I think ultimately is going to have the titles be on the line. And there could be a good, strong possibility if they were to do that, we're going to have titles change hands. That's possible, and we could have 2 belts Lyra.
You know what would have been interesting? Is Bayley turning on Lyra, beating her down like John Cena did to Cody, and then you find out that she's the new member of the Judgment Day.
I mean,
They would have 3 women.
I thought about that.
Did you?
I thought about that to some degree.
No estoy contento
I
contigo.
thought about her turning heel.
No, you didn't.
I did.
For real?
I did. But, she flips and flops more than the Big Show. So,
Right. So, yeah, but in this moment,
if
if people are on board with Lyra, they'd be that much more upset.
She did promise Bayley an IC title match. I don't necessarily. I don't know. I don't know who would win that match. I'm not sure because I feel like Bayley right now is at the point of her career where she's more so putting over talent than collecting hardware. So
Lauren Biggs,
who
Alondra
can say?
Blaze. Girl, what year are you in?
What up, Aaron Drew? I mean, Alondra Blaze can still
Hi,
go.
Aaron Drew.
What are we talking about?
Not
right
in
now?
this WrestleMania with Natalya versus Alicia Fox. Come on.
I know. I don't think CJ's in here.
That's funny.
I don't think he's in here, so
Thank
it's
you,
gonna
Three
be all right.
Diglets.
It's gonna be all right. Moving on, we had Adam Pearce, middle of the ring, contract in hand. Basically said this contract is null and void. All right, null and void because Rhea Ripley decided to scribble all over it in crayon, and it wasn't gonna happen. Io Sky comes out. Bianca Belair comes out, interrupts Io. Rhea Bloody Ripley comes out, interrupts all of them. And they get into a whole thing. And I loved it. But more so than that, and I've been picking up, like I said with John Cena, I've been picking up on the subtleties with Bianca Belair. And here's the deal. She's changed her fit. Today, she showed a little more. It was a little more bun to the Navarone than we typically see from her. She was also booed by this Glasgow crowd,
She sure was.
and it didn't seem to faze her one bit.
She didn't care.
So also I'm saying is, for my money, we about to get a Sith Bianca Belair, and I'm here for it.
So is she going to join the Street Profits?
That I don't know.
If you're all dark and heel, I don't know why not.
That I don't know, and I wouldn't mind seeing it, but that I don't know. I feel like they might have them on. their
Michael,
own
the
2 feet.
dogs are fighting under our feet.
Yeah, which is really kind of.
But
ridiculous.
I love the three of their interaction. But I got to be honest, if it's not going to be the three of them at WrestleMania, I want to see Bianca and Rhea. I don't care about any other combination.
Well, here's what's going to happen next week, as Adam Pearce was all kinds of frustrated. Next week, it is going to be Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky for the World Heavyweight Championship. The winner of that match goes on to face Bianca Belair for the World Heavyweight Championship. Special stipulation in that match, Bianca Belair is the special guest referee. So you done already said to everybody, this is going to be all kinds of shenanigans, and I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is absolutely, they are prolonging this turning into a triple threat match.
Yeah, for some reason, right.
But all the exchange that I saw in the ring, I loved.
Yeah.
And if Bianca's really going to turn heel,
It's a whole lot of heel turn
if she
in a couple of
really
months.
was in on this Jade Cargill thing with Naomi, I firmly believe Naomi's going to come out there in this match to try to help. Somehow Jade might get involved. And I think that is when we will get Bianca bombing on Jade Cargill.
And you know, we also could have our own female blood-like type heel group with Naomi, Bianca, and Bayley. And all three of them are wearing all black and coming out, you know, blood like a female bloodline sisterhood. Put the hood in sisterhood, baby.
I mean,
Just saying, you could do this.
that's possible.
And you know they'd be looking fly. First of all, Naomi's outfit when she came out with that, loved it. I would love to see Bayley added to them and all of them to have different black outfits, but in their own styles. You know, that would be so tight, and I think it would be fire.
There was no Alexa Bliss on Raw tonight, Three Diglets, which is interesting. Steven feels that Glasgow was a little out of pocket for Bianca. That might be a fair assessment. Mm-hmm. But he also said she was booed. I like it, man. Yeah, I'm down for it. Mm-hmm. If this is in fact going to, because what we're seeing right now is, like I said before, we're seeing shades of NXT Bianca. We're seeing the bamboo earring. Oh, heck
At
to
least 2 pair.
the clapback Bianca. Now, I would almost hate for her to be heel.
I didn't realize it was the 31st.
Today's not the...
Next Monday. Maybe you should just take it off. We'll talk about it.
So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. She's rocking the grill. She's changing the fit. She's changing her overall attitude and demeanor. It's subtle.
But again, just putting her hands on EO right away, getting crazy, not caring about anybody, not want to listen to anything. She's for sure getting out of pocket. That's not her normal character. So maybe after everything, she's like, F being a good guy, F trusting people, blah, blah, blah. You know, who knows?
Yeah. Steven has a good question. Do you guys know if you're live next week yet? I will tell you this much. No.
No, we don't know, or no, we're not.
We don't know yet. More than likely not. At least I won't be here. I've got a lot of stuff going on at work, and it's really difficult for me to just leave. You know what I mean? Is it frozen?
No. I just wanted you, never mind.
So we'll have to see. We will have to see. Naomi rocking that Owen Hart. Yeah, I know that's right, Lauren Biggs. I know that's right. Last dominant female faction. That's a good question.
Pure Fusion was dominant for one day.
Yeah, I guess. Well, they've got some factions on NXT that are dominant on the main roster, though.
Yeah, their current, what's their name? What's their cheap knockoff of Mandy Rose's group's name?
Pretty Deadly, Toxic Attraction.
Something like that.
About?
Whatever.
Not Pretty Deadly.
Pretty Attraction, Pretty Toxin.
Toxic Attraction. Yes, thank you.
No, that was the old name. What's the name of the new one? Some crap. It's
What's
some
gonna
crap.
be some?
Because it's just they just took her and tried to redo her faction. But I do like Fallon Henley in that role. Fatal Influence. Thank you.
Fatal Influence. Mm-hmm. There you go.
See,
I don't know
Fatal, Toxic Attraction, Influence. It's the same name.
I don't know if I would call them dominant, though. I mean, they have their moments. And look, tomorrow night, Stephanie Vaquer, she's defending both her titles. She is facing Jada Parker for the NXT Women's Championship, and she's facing Fallon Henley for the North American Championship. So I think in that respect, and I already said it, I'm going to lay it out, and you can tune in tomorrow to Mark by Wrestling and see what happens. I think she will successfully defend against Jada Parker, but she will lose against Fallon Henley.
Right.
And I think because of the numbers game.
Gotcha.
But then again, she got a girl, her friend, who she done beat for the title, Julia Gulia. She might come out there and do
I like
something.
it better the other way around. I like the idea of them jumping her, and you think she's going to lose. She overcomes the odds again, and she wins again against all three of them, but she's hurt going into this with Jada Parker, and Jada Parker is so dominant that she beats an injured Stephanie, because our girl needs a belt, because our girl needs to come on the main roster. I like Fallon in this role, but are we waiting for Fallon to move up? No, we're not. We're waiting for Jada to move up. We're like, come on, get her on the main roster
But
where
Stephanie
she belongs.
just got this. I don't hate for this to be a
They
transitional
shouldn't have given her
situation.
2 belts in the first place. Why would you take it from Julia? She had it like 1 week.
She had it longer than that. Put some respect on Stephanie's name. No, it was a hard-fought
They
battle.
shouldn't have taken that from Julia that soon. That's
I gotta
weird.
respectfully disagree with you, homeboy.
Why? Why would you give Julia a belt? How long did she have it, y'all?
For about 2 weeks. No, it was longer than that. You ultimately had Dragon Lee take on El Grande Americano. Again, this is not Chad Gable. Let's be clear on this. It's not Chad Gable.
It's not Chad Gable?
It's not Chad Gable.
Okay, so Chad Gable has got a twin, physique-wise and move-wise.
He, first off, Chad Gable does not do any luchador moves, and El Grande Americano does.
No, sir. He
had
him in an ankle lock.
What
other luchador?
It's a very common hold. Any number of wrestlers can put an ankle lock on somebody. It's a very common hold.
Didn't you see the boogers running out of his mask?
But speaking of mask, what ended up happening is El Grande fought dirty and pulled the mask off of Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee had to keep his face covered.
That is not okay.
Causing him to tap out in the ankle lock. What can you do?
Nothing worse than that.
What can you do?
That's like, to pull off a luchador's mask is like, you're losing, so you're going to kick somebody in their mommy and daddy button so that you could have a cheap win.
You got some disrespect going on right there. You got a little bit of disrespect, all right?
Look at this.
There's
Look how beautiful.
Clouds Ortega, that's her name. Clouds Kitty Ortega. I don't know whatever you want to call her.
Cloudy with a chance of Ortega.
CM Punk came out, just, said whatever he said on the mic. Best in the world. I'm coming for you. Rawr, I'm pissed off. Rawr. There wasn't a whole lot of substance to the promo, to be honest with you. For me, it didn't move the needle any. He played to the crowd a little bit, which any crowd can appreciate.
Well-rounded Leo said, Ken Shamrock is El Grande.
I wish he was. Ken Shamrock, even back in the day when he was in his prime, he wasn't quite as shredded. It could be Finn Balor. If you looked at Finn Balor later on and El Grande, they've got the same cuts.
Nah, bro.
They've got the same cuts.
Nah, player.
They don't have the same.
No, Gable has got some.
They don't have the same washboard.
Gable has got some size on Finn.
I don't know. That makes me wonder. All right, so now we're winding it up. Next week, here's the situation. Again, Raw from London, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. More than likely, we will not be live for that.
I wish we could switch with Steven next week and he could go live for Raw and we could go live for NXT, but we can't get NXT live.
Cannot do it. We cannot do it.
Can't.
Logan Paul's calling out AJ Styles. Jimmy Uso has signed his own death certificate by taking on Gunther. Cody Rhodes and John Cena once again come face to face. And I pray to the wrestling gods of old, it is not a rehash of today and last week. As previously mentioned, Io Sky takes on Rhea Ripley for the World Heavyweight Championship. Bianca Belair, special guest referee, and whoever wins that match goes on to face Bianca Belair for that World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania. And of course, again, tomorrow night for NXT, Stephanie Vaquer defends both her titles against Jada Parker and Fallon Henley. Marked by Wrestling will be doing his live watch along, dip into his show, and check that out.
I could dip in and say hello, but I can't dip in and be in the whole time because I'm not watching. It would be spoiled for me.
It would be spoiled. And that's the problem with us.
I really need to get
we want to be
NXT
in the
live,
chat,
man.
We love to be in the chat supporting.
Can't figure it out.
But yeah.
Hey, stop barking at that cat.
Now, here's the main event. Here's tonight's main event.
Okay.
Intercontinental Championship matches. Stella. This dog, I swear, she loves the cat, but she wants to play, but she's so big. Main event, we have Penta taking on Bron Breakker. Now, earlier in the night, you saw Dirty Daddy Dom.
Dirty Daddy.
Talking to Penta backstage.
He's a different kind of daddy.
Trying to suck him in to the Judgment Day. Made a strong argument. Penta looked like he was like, yeah.
Come here.
Maybe.
Right. But we all knew that wasn't going to go down that way.
So the match itself was a good match, I thought. It was some high-flying action from Penta, hard-hitting action from Braun.
I knew she was going to hit that camera. Get over here.
Hold on.
Our dog is crazy.
gotta stop. You gotta stop.
Open the balcony door, let him out. No? Stella.
You gotta stop.
Here.
Give me the cat.
Poor thing. She just wants to hang out with us, and Stella's trying to eat her.
Stella, back up.
Stella, stop. Sorry, our dog tried to eat our cat. Our bad.
Not with dogs. They tell you in Hollywood, don't work with children and animals, and this is the reason why.
Oh, Steven, you cracked me up.
Out of control. So you had the matchup going on here. What ultimately happened, and what was, I thought, a pretty decent match. Judgment Day interfered. Carlito comes out. Dirty Daddy Dom comes out. Finn Balor comes out. Now, why the ref didn't call a match 2 guys in, I don't know. Ultimately, we got a chop block by Finn Balor. Then the ref was like, okay, go ahead and ring the bell. And they just start laying into Bron Breakker with the chair. Finn gives a chair to Dirty Dom. He's like, you, lay into him. Put it in his back. Stick it up his arse.
Stella, come here. Poopy, come here.
They have a lot of
Bone
energy
crusher,
right
come
now
here.
because they haven't done their walk.
Here.
I got to take them for a walk
Take her.
after this. So forgive our channel
So
mascots.
sorry, y'all.
So what ultimately ended up happening, Dirty Daddy Dom gives a chair to Penta. He's telling him, hey, lay it in to Bron Breakker. And he looks like he's about to, he's gearing up. But then doesn't. Throws a chair to Dom. Super kick. Finn Balor doesn't take kindly to that, and it's just chaos and anarchy. He's just laying in chair shots on Penta. Bron Breakker takes them all out. Judgment Day holding their hands up high. Holding their hands up high. Kobe, come here. I'm gonna have to hold this dog. Okay, grab her.
Ow, ow, ow.
Careful.
Ouch.
Careful with the foot.
Oh, Steven, we're about to get to your super chat, but I like that.
You like it, man?
I
You like it, man?
She won't let me hold her. What's wrong with you? Chill out.
All right, let me see what we got here. I see your super chat, Stephen. And then we're going to get into the chat. We're going to go ahead and turn it over to the floor. Here we go. Stephen Sandridge. How about a female evolution? A legend, current main eventer, and 2 up-and-comers. 1 monster, 1 complete package. There's a ton to choose from, but I'll suggest Bayley, Bianca, Zarya, and Roxanne. I hear you.
Why you leave Naomi out? But I guess because Naomi and Bianca both been around for a while, so you have to have the
acknowledge you.
legend.
But I gotta disagree
Zarya's
with
good.
you, homeboy. You had me up until who you suggested.
Because you would have Jada Parker as the up-and-comer, right?
I need somebody with a little more, a little more of that spice.
Some Tapatio.
Okay, Bone Crusher's got to go. I apologize. They're going to tear down the set. They don't know how to stop.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, for real. This is major energy, but it's also really, really hot in here because it was 1,000 degrees today in Los Angeles.
Come here.
Oh yeah, I get you, Steven, on that with Zarya and Roxanne. Go to Daddy. Go.
Booby.
And they're just ignoring him. Go. Anyway, yeah, I can see what you're saying. But I don't know how I feel about how good Zarya is yet. I think I'm still a little out on that. But Stephanie Vakir, but she's not, even though she's new to us, she's a veteran. Where is Alexa? That's a great question. I wish somebody would tell me where Alexa is. I don't even understand how you go through all that to bring her back. And then you seen Alexa? I don't understand what's going on. And we seriously Just don't have the Wyatts anymore at all. Nobody, no hint of them, no package, no nothing. I don't know what's going on with that either. Okay. You did almost say Jada. Yeah, I mean, I'm just... Trish Stratus? No, I mean, well... Yeah. I could see Trish Stratus and bring Jazz back, I'll tell you that. We wouldn't be mad at that. Yeah. What? You gave them to the youngest?
Sorry about that. These animals are being very uncooperative. So let me see what the people got to say.
I think you're
here.
right, Sophie Dophy. I don't think what if they do know what to do with Alexa? Why you bring her back this close to WrestleMania and not figure out anything for her at all?
That's a good point, Steve, just Alex. Yes, that's a good point for Steven. We can go live afterwards. I like it. All right, so I'm going to open it up to the floor. In the words of old Cody Rhodes, what do you want to talk about? I think we've got...
Steven gave us a second draft pick.
Okay, let me see. Second draft pick. Let's see what you got. Bianca, Naomi, Jordan, Kaylani. But no Flair in this version.
Now, interestingly, I'm not huge on Kaylani. I know that she's good in the ring. I'm not saying that she's not. She's already had a title. She just reminds me of a little girl. I don't know. She doesn't have that je ne sais quoi for me. She's another Lyra for me. I didn't say she wasn't good. Lyra's good too. But for me, in the character department, she's another Lyra. I don't know what I need. Sorry, my foot is hurting, y'all. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I hear you and I acknowledge you.
Well, thank you.
But I gotta disagree with you, homeboy. Kehlani Jordan. Let me tell you something about Kehlani Jordan.
Go on and tell me, baby.
Kehlani Jordan is the real deal. Now,
Okay.
Jada Parker said that she may not be her. She may be with him, but she ain't her. And that's all well to the good. Mm-hmm. But let me tell you something. She can get down and get down. She can get fierce when she want to. Okay, don't let this baby face fool you. She from the Slapaho tribe. She let everybody know. Okay? But legitimately, I'm not mad at that. I'm not totally mad at that. I think that might be a good
Did we
run
skip
right there.
something, Sophie Dophy? Or was that before we read that last one? No, I feel like we caught them all.
Yeah, I think we did. The last three were Steven.
Yeah.
And
Hey, Sean Swaby.
What up, Sean? So let's open it up to the people over here. Let's see what we got to say. For the Who the Hell Cares, Katie? Oh, wow.
Oh, wait. Did you get
That's
Steven
hilarious,
Sandrid's
Lauren.
other one about Hear Me Out multi-man IC title match at Mania? Your new IC champion, El Grande Americano, the pride of the Gulf of Mexico.
Where? I'm not seeing that.
It's, if you keep going back up more.
Did I miss that totally?
Let me see where you are. Oh, you're all the way at the top? It would be down. No, it was more recent than that. Oh, yeah, no, that's it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Gosh, sorry. I missed that, Steven. All right. Hear me out. Multi-man IC title match at Mania. Your new IC champion, El Grande Americano, the pride of the Gulf of America.
Okay.
Is what I'm talking about. Let me tell you something. That, nothing's more American than that. That's like apple pie.
That's like apple pie.
Okay, as just Alex has his shirt, which I still have here, and I love that shirt. Blue eyes, blonde hair, apple pie. Okay, that's exactly what that is. I'm not mad at that at all, because there are some people that just take certain things and they run with it.
Right.
And he is one of them. You know, and if you're going to do that, which is great because you've got Chelsea Green on the other side here doing what she's doing, which is amazing. I don't know who's going to get that shot up off for Chelsea Green.
No time soon.
But whoever it is, they're not going to do anything. It's going to be a regular run. This has been so entertaining. Mm-hmm. I really want her to hold this title for a good long while.
Did you see a little boy in public asked if he could like be a part of her Secret Service? And she was like, when you get a little taller.
I mean, right now it's a Secret Service. So, you know, no.
And she really did go from being a heel to being pretty over, you know?
Yeah. You saw a picture of Asuka and Julia meeting for the first time. That's awesome. I miss Asuka. I do. And I cannot wait for her to come back.
I was wondering when she was going to come back.
I've been wondering about that. So let me go ahead and turn it over to the floor.
The floor.
We got another super chat right here by Steven Sandridge. Come on, Steven. This is what I'm talking about.
Thank you, Steven.
The first world problem of having dozens of capable female wrestlers to choose from. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you. The workers are plenty. The spots are few.
Okay, so how about this? So in line with that thinking, Well-Rounded Leo says they need to bring back managers and bring back stables, which is different from factions. And they get wrestlers with no personality over. So that's the absolute truth, is that now we did the faction that we had recently was, we obviously have the Judgment Day. But the stable, I want to say that I feel like Karrion Kross's thing was kind of a stable when he had AOP under him. But outside of that, yeah, you're right, because they have stables over there on AEW right now. Mm-hmm. So you're right, bringing back old school managers and having a stable, you're right, like nobody has really done that here in forever.
Yeah.
Because we just don't really have managers anymore.
Which is kind of sad. I kind of miss the managers. But we haven't really gone all in on the managers. Paul Heyman's probably the closest that we have to it. We kind of had that with BFAB, but I'm not even sure what's going on with her right now.
Yeah, but Paul Heyman's, even if you consider the bloodline part of his stable, they're not loyal to him, they're loyal to Roman. So, and that's why CM Punk, if CM Punk would be part of the stable, Roman, out of respect for Paul, wouldn't have done that. So, you know, and vice versa. So I wouldn't consider Paul Heyman necessarily. You're right, he's closest with the manager aspect.
Yeah, Jeffrey Reimer. We can talk about that a little bit. Look, man. As it said, AEW, what they like to do over there for some of these people. Jon Moxley is a sadist. He likes to do things to his body that nobody should do. Swerve is the same way.
Yeah.
You don't need to die in the ring.
Unless you're a sociopath and the only thing that excites you is almost dying or hurting other people in public. I mean, something is wrong with him and Swerve. The kind of stuff they're doing is just.
Darby Allin is another one.
Darby Allin too.
There are some things you don't need to do.
None of these fools would be dying of a natural cause. I promise you.
It's kind of crazy.
Jeff Hardy was like that too, but he's calmed down.
Yeah, we've seen Andrade, not doing anything of
when did you see Andrade last?
Significance. I'm just saying.
I haven't.
I saw him last week. He was kind of chilling back there. You know, he did a little something. Look, I don't know.
Selena ain't doing nothing like you said. Why does a Selena have a stable? And start doing, the dudes under her stable because she's so good as a talking manager.
Yeah. Well, see, this is what I'm saying. I've said this before. This was a, there's a time and a place to do things. The way that Moxley did it, it just wasn't it. And there's one thing with putting it all on the line. It's another thing to be reckless. Don't be reckless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't be reckless. There's no reason for it. And not to mention the fact that you, as Jim Ross would say, by God, you've got a family. Because he does. He does. He absolutely does. Three Diggler says, in all seriousness, though, who has been consistently better than Chad Gable as far as entertainment and great wrestling goes? By all rights, Chad Gable, and he will tell you this, he shouldn't be here. The fact that he is still here, that does say something.
Absolutely. He's, to me, Chad Gable is another Sami Zayn. You know, a good wrestler who constantly reinvents himself. And just when his gimmick is not getting over and whatever, he moves on to the next gimmick and can just adapt. And so I think both of them have that in common.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Great super chat right there. That's a great question. No, Chad Gable is a real one. He's excellent in that ring. He's actually really good on the mic. And I'm loving what they're doing with him right now. Something different, something fresh, something similar, but I'm for it. I would like for El Grande Americano to come out there with his stable. That'd be good. Let's get him wrestling with the Creed brothers.
Right.
You know, maybe learn a few luchador moves. You never know.
Put luchador and masks on them and come out with them. That's the next thing you need to do, and say it's not them too. Absolutely.
Yeah, let me go ahead and lay it out to you like this, Steven. I like where you're going with this. I like what you're saying in regards to Zelina Vega. I don't know what we're doing with her. I said to anybody that was canned and brought back, you know for a fact they said, look, I want some guarantees in my contract, baby. And we saw her become queen of the ring. We saw her, you know, get some comeuppance. I don't know what we're doing with her right now. I really don't. I know she's 5'0". I know this, but she is scrappy. Now we saw what happened last week in a matchup against Piper Niven. Good match. It wasn't a stinker by any means.
Stinker.
But she's got no backup right now. She's got nothing. She's not linked with any faction. She's not in with the LWO. She's kind of doing her own thing. And I hate to see, one thing I hate to see, especially for somebody that was canned and brought back, is to be on a losing streak. You know, your stock starts to decline a little bit, and I hate to see it. I hate to see it. Yeah, I know. She's part of a couple of factions, but they didn't lean in the way that they really could have leaned in.
I mean, you got to lean with it, rock with it, lean with it.
What she's doing.
Rock with it.
And we said this already as well. They're on the same show. How come Tranquilo has not been a thing? You're on the same show.
I mean, maybe they're going to put her together with her husband because she really does like cosplay and he does all the dark stuff. Maybe she could do some dark, cosplay, and then it will be that husband and wife versus Karrion Kross and Scarlett, to see who's the creepier couple, or dark couple. But they're not.
You got to
dark
figure
anymore,
it out.
though.
You got to figure it out. You got to figure it out.
Scarlett and them are not dark like that anymore.
I don't know if I want to see her and Aleister
Zelina?
Black, but for my money, I want to see her and Andrade reform again. The fact that they haven't had any passing of the ships backstage on camera, like nothing, and to me, it just doesn't make any sense because both of them right now are just kind of
floating around. Yeah.
We need to anchor these two. Mm-hmm. Let's get some mixed match challenges going on. Something. Let's get back to heel them. Let's get these two as some good old fashioned badasses. Mm-hmm. I don't get it, man. Yeah, I did hear the natural disasters are getting inducted to the Hall of Fame, which, I mean, I'm not mad at it. I don't love this class as I have with certain class in the past. I'm not in love with it. It's good to see Lex Luger and Triple H and everything, but I'm not like, oh, this is such a great class, Hall of Fame class. So I'm like, I'm thinking it should have been maybe Demolition, something like I did not like the natural disasters.
It was
but
Earthquake
it's not
and
like
who was the other one?
Typhoon.
See, if I can't remember who the other one is, I don't know if you should be in Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean,
I know who they are. I remembered Earthquake's name, but it wasn't
they
anything.
weren't bad, but I'm not like,
What was Hall of Fame worthy?
yeah, it's not like I would say the natural disasters.
They're not like the Dudley Boys.
They didn't really. I don't know. Steven says Chad Gable, Kevin Owens, and Liv Morgan, the grilled cheese sandwiches of WWE this past year. If y'all watch our NXT watch-alongs, you know what I mean.
I'm going to actually make a grilled cheese sandwich when we're done now. Thank you for that suggestion.
There you go. One grilled cheese sandwich coming up.
No lies
Absolutely.
Because Chad Gable makes lemonade. He makes lemon margaritas. It don't matter. You give him lemons. You're like, oh, this didn't work. I'm going to put you over here. Try this. And he makes it work. The first time I saw him trying to trade Otis, I'm like, oh, this is dumb. It didn't matter. Next thing you know, he turned it into gold. So he did the same thing that they did with New Day in the beginning when they try to. I don't even know if New Day wouldn't have worked, would any of them still be around? They didn't know what to do with them, so they put them together, and everybody hated them, and they turned it into gold.
That makes you wonder.
So I feel like Chad is able to do the same thing.
And he absolutely is. He's taking the ball, he's running with it, and he's doing fantastic things. So I'm okay with it. But I got to tell you, man, again, I asked this question earlier on, and we'll end with this. All right? WrestleMania season. Are we there?
Typhoon. Earthquake and Typhoon. Who else was in it? There was someone else in it?
Let me bring it up here. All right, so right now, here's what I'm looking at. WrestleMania, Las Vegas. And this is, the graphics are a little overprocessed for my taste, but that's neither here nor there.
Corp CA. I think that's true.
So here's what we're talking about right now. Here's what I see on the list. We got Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. Right now, Bianca Belair versus Io Sky. Could be Rhea Ripley, either way.
It's going to be Rhea Ripley.
Or it could be a triple
It
threat.
would probably be a triple threat.
We got Gunther versus Jey Uso. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. Triple threat match. Reigns, Punk, Rollins, Orton, Kevin Owens. 6 matches for a 2-night WrestleMania. That's all we got right now. Okay? Unless I missed something. That's all we got.
Who's the what? So the women tag team titles are not on the line yet?
What women's tag team titles?
Liv and Raquel.
Oh, are they tag team champs? I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I kind of forgot that. See, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they should. This week should have at least. Oh, that is good too. So their opponents in WrestleMania is going to be Lyra and Bayley. That is what they were setting up. I was going to say they should have set that up tonight. Duh, they did set that up tonight. That will turn into a WrestleMania, the 4 of them.
More than likely, yes.
That will be their match.
More than likely, yes. That's a very strong possibility.
So that gives us 7.
I don't see a Bron Breakker. Every title should be defended at WrestleMania.
Absolutely, Bron Breakker will be defending his title. You don't think so?
I'm saying right now, I don't see a Bron Breakker on here. I'm hoping that we do.
It will be someone
Based on what
in the
we saw
Judgment
tonight.
Day.
I'm hoping it's Finn Balor. That would be great.
I think that's what it's going to be. That's what it seems like.
Now maybe this is the slow burn to WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. My biggest gripe with WrestleMania is this. This is not your average PLE. This is the anchor show. You've got a few PLEs that are the anchor shows. You got your Survivor, you got your Survivor Series, your Rumble. You know what I mean?
We're also getting Drew and Damian at WrestleMania. I promise you.
Well, we might, but and we might get there. But this is also what I'm saying. This is also what I'm saying. Is this a slow? Is the slow burn the right way to go for WrestleMania?
No, it's WrestleMania. I need people to be in their social media. I need people to be doing stuff backstage that leaks out. I need people to act like this is WrestleMania. Because The Rock comes and shows everybody how to do it right, regardless of how you feel about The Rock. And he's got us all talking about what he tweeted, what he posted, what he blah, 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 the video he made addressing Cody, whatever. It's WrestleMania. Who's doing that right now on their social media? Mm-hmm. I think Bianca Belair is doing that on her media. I also assume the Street Profits are going to be in WrestleMania. They're the tag team champs. They just got their titles. They'll defend them. Absolutely.
One of the top wrestlers and mid-carders will end up being inducted. Yeah, see, and I got a problem with that, Corp CA, because we're talking about decades of wrestlers.
Yeah, maybe they think they need to go back further than they do. If someone is retired and you know they're not coming back, why can't you? Yeah,
you have a wealth of wrestlers to choose from, and there's really no excuse to not pick it. I have no issues with the natural disasters, but I have not thought about the natural disasters since you actually just said the natural disasters are inducted to the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean?
Right. And I can't believe that they're not inducting Bray Wyatt. What are they waiting for?
I mean, that's a great question. They had similar builds. I know. 3, Axe, Smash, and Crush. That's right. Crush joined eventually. But it was always the Axer and the Smasher, you know.
The Axer and the Smasher. You sound like He-Man.
Here comes the axe. Here comes the smasher. You know, that's how it was. And that was another theme song that just hit. The second it hit, you knew who was coming out. You knew what was up. We got these faceless theme songs now that you cannot put with anybody. I don't know what these theme songs are, man. It's not a signature song. Every wrestler should have a signature song. You know? I'm not sure if CEO. I'm not sure if that qualifies, but it's a signature song. Mm-hmm. Just not a great song. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Sophie Dophie. If China actually gets inducted, if they have the cojones to induct her into the Hall of Fame where she freaking belongs, then I'm going to give all props and kudos to Triple H. You did her wrong. You got to get over it, man. Put some respect on the dead and put that woman in her rightful place.
I mean, honestly, it's not fair at all that she's not in there. Because if you don't have her in there because of her mess, because of drugs, because of porn, whatever it was.
Bad attitude.
But bad attitude.
Oof,
First
China.
of all, who on steroids didn't have a bad attitude? And let's be honest, Triple H, enough has come out about how awful the women were treated back then. China should have kicked every man's ass on behalf of all the women who were treated like crap, who had their bags crapped in by the roster when they were being punked by these men who were bullying them. So at the end of the day, China was someone who was severely, severely abused and neglected growing up, messed her up in the head. Then she's doing roids to try to get over, to try to get everyone to love her. Yeah, so what if her life was messed up outside? She did some things in this company that people are still talking about. That's a Hall of Famer. She broke records. She kicked doors down. Come on, man.
I don't know about that, Three Diggles. I had no issues with. Well, no. Let me back it up. I did have an issue with Mandy Rose using the platform for her own fan time thing. She shouldn't have done that. Quite frankly, I've said this before. You're not a brand. You're a wrestler. So when you're in the ring, you need to wrestle. And it made sense now because I was looking at somebody's outfit she was wearing, especially this. I forget what PLE it was. She was wearing this white outfit, and I'm like, dude, what? Okay, Mandy. Put it away. Put it away, honey. Put it away. They're not Mandy Rose and China. They're not the same, in my opinion. In my opinion, also because of the time when China came in to play, it was different. It was different. I see your point. But
Well, hopefully one day.
Yeah.
But so what do you guys feel like would turn this around? Let that be the final question. How do you think they could turn this around starting Friday going forward to have people not saying that this buildup is just, like you said, it don't feel like WrestleMania at all?
Well, what do you want to see? We've got 6 matches on the card right now. We've got potential matches that they could build. But again, we're talking 2 nights they got to fill up.
Mm-hmm. I insist they're going to have Street Profits versus whoever. And then they're going to have, which we should not have whoever at this point. So they need to reveal who that's going to be by Friday, or at least start narrowing it down. And then we will have also, they're going to Liv and Raquel will defend against Bayley, I'm sure. And then I'm sure that we'll probably have Jade and Naomi
That's
as well.
very possible.
As well.
I'll tell you what's a real shame for me is the fact that we got no Wyatt. I think if we had a Wyatt thing going on here, when it got dark, it could be one of the ladder matches.
Or have them surprise us and come out at WrestleMania to really throw it over the top. But you're absolutely right.
You know what I mean?
The Wyatts, they need to come back. You don't just bring us that far and then just disappear without a word. Y'all should be having a video package at least telling us something.
And this is something else that I'm a little bummed about, because I know we saw that John Cena was booked for X amount of appearances for this year. And it kind of sucks that these appearances are just literal appearances. Listen, Cena, go out there, cut a promo. You know how to do it. Spout off for about 5-10 minutes. Cody will come out there. You guys will have a little stare down. You just get out of the ring. Here's your paycheck. Like, I really wish, Mackenzie, I really wish that we would get just a little bit more from Cena going into WrestleMania. And then we'll bring it over the top for me. You know what I mean? It's like a dish that you've been cooking and you've been putting some stuff in there and you're like, something, it's almost there. Like, and you can taste it. Like, you're like, it's almost there. We need this a little
Tapatio.
Little something else, you know? Thank you very much, 3 Diglets. And I want to thank you very much for going toe-to-toe with Corp CA. A big thank you to Corp CA as well for going toe-to-toe with 3 Diglets. It's very entertaining, and I love y'all for it. Hall of Fame is cooked. You understand me? It is toast. Huh? Way too many inductions in the beginning. Classes were big AF. Undeserving inductees like the Bellas. It's cooked. There's no saving it. Should be only 3 inductees every year.
They for sure do induct too many people at a time, and for sure have had classes that were way too big.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's so many people that deserve it. If you only did 3 a year, it would take a millennia to get through everybody that.
Well, no, I'm not saying you need to do 3 a year. That's his thing. I am saying that there's too many, and there's been times where they've just done it just way too big, and you're like, come on, who are these people, and why is this happening? There's fair. People like the Bella Twins that they wanted to induct, did not need to do it now, did not need to do it before Bray Wyatt.
That's fair.
Just saying.
That's fair. But I hear what you're saying. Sometimes it is a little much. It's a little inductee heavy. So you're not wrong on that one. Thank you, 3 Diglets. Come on, Steven Sandridge. Drop the $20 bomb over here.
Thank you, Steven.
Stakes for Punk Rollins Reigns. Either winner gets a title shot, or they do a Rollins Riddle promo on each other. Ooh. 2, Cena tones down the boo-boo face, gets physical, and Rock either starts showing up now or gets written off. And that's what I'm talking about.
I agree. No lies detected right there.
That's what I'm talking about. Because I got to be honest with you. I personally cannot take 3 more weeks of this Cena promo. It was fire when we first heard it. But if you're going to do this shtick, literally every week until WrestleMania and no physicality, dog.
Yeah, that's not okay. Hey, CJ, I know you were happy you saw your girl today.
Dog.
And it looks like she'll be in WrestleMania probably.
What's going on, CJ? Thank you for joining us. We were just talking about Bayley a little earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all feel me? Like, Cena, you need to do
That's
something,
funny,
man. You need to drop this, man. You need to give this man an FU.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, there has to be some physicality. There has to be. I know y'all watching.
I know this.
Y'all
I'm
need
not
to have
mad
some
at War of
physicality
Words.
on Friday.
They can play in Fast and Furious angle with The Rock. I'm okay with that too. I'm okay with that too. But I want to say this one more time. If The Rock is not at WrestleMania for this match, if The Rock doesn't come out after the match, dude, I'm gonna have some words.
Dude.
Companies have hurts moving up in this mother trucker. I swear.
Okay, so just an update on the title since I know the show is winding down. We currently have Steven Sandridge in third place at $65. We have Three Diglets in second place with $145, and we have Corp CA in first place with $150.
Corp CA has edged out Three Diglets. There's a lot of smack talk going on between these two.
Right.
And he just said,
He did the little face push thing, Bianca, and then
it's
was doing the EO.
exactly what he did.
He was like,
You were like, yeah.
you don't see that very often. Well, not in here. I guess they have that
polls are about to
relationship.
close as we intend to dip on out. For those that watched Monday Night Raw, drop your rate.
Drop your rating.
Drop your rate.
Samantha Poole actually gave it a 9, I believe.
Wait,
she
Three Diglets said I'm
earlier.
actually in the lead.
How are you in the lead if you have 1,
count it
2,
up right?
3, 4, 45? Yeah, you have 145 and he has 150. I'll go back and count
You count
again.
it up right? Because I don't, man.
Unless I missed one. Let me see.
This is Three Diglets we talking about over here. Hold on.
5, 15,
We're going to count it up.
15.
All right, Three Diglets.
25.
We're going to run it down real quick. All right, Three Diglets dropped a hundo.
Uh-huh.
Then he dropped the 10 spot.
Mm-hmm.
Dropped another 10 spot.
Mm-hmm.
Another 10 spot.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing a quick tally.
You never have to apologize for how you feel about Raw, Steven. We didn't write it. A 5 and a 10.
A 5.
And a 10.
A 10. Yeah.
That's it. And then CA did 100, a 20, and a 30. So he did 150, and Three Diglets said 145.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
And then Corpse just threw it down and was like, don't even talk about it anymore.
All right.
Because he just did another 100.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
I don't believe it for a second. I need to get over there. Do you think we will see Owen Hart get inducted to the Hall of Fame? I hope we do. I really hope that with Vince McMahon being gone, I'm really hoping that we are able to move past any past issues, and even with what's going on over there with AEW and Owen Hart, I really hope we do. It's the right thing to do. It really is. It really is. All right, let me get down there. We got 10 out of 10 for Justin Hollencrane. Lauren Biggs says Raw was 4 I love yous out of 10. That's hilarious. Tyrell Breed. 10:31, 1.5. Okay. Jeffrey Ryman gives it a 9. But Steve in the chat was a 10 out of 10. For Raw, it was a 6 out of 10. Fair enough. Sophie Dofi, the OG Triple OG, says it was a 9 out of 10. That's not bad. And then Corp CA. Come on, Corp CA. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. Corp CA just put it down. He took Munir and he said, ba-boom.
Munir. Munir. Is that how you say her name? Munir?
The Hammer.
I know. Is that how you say it?
Munir.
Okay.
And then Corp CA dropped another Ben Franklin. That's what I'm talking about. If there was any doubt, let there not be now.
Our
we're doing Steiner math.
Has changed, huh?
We're doing Steiner math over here.
Mm-hmm.
And he just signed a Legends deal. Yeah, this is also what I'm talking about, Stephen.
Thank you, CJ.
Thank you, Corp CA. Thank you very, very much.
Yes,
Which I wanted to say real quick. Again, what we do over here is a little different than what other people do. It's not just about bragging rights and titles. It actually goes to a good cause. We do donations. We support a young man by the name of Azel. We are donating to organizations that help other people. We are trying to pay it forward. Mm-hmm. So seriously, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much. We love the competition. It's a lot of fun.
But at the end of the day, your donations actually do help change the world and make it a better place.
Make it a better place.
In many ways. So thank you.
Yeah, so this just goes to show you what's going on over there in AEW. The fact that you had these people going over there, and then it's like, you know what? Not so much. Let's come back on over here. I feel that. Man, I feel that. You're thinking one thing, and then things change, and you're like, this ain't hitting like it used to.
Right.
This ain't hitting like it used to. I got to get on up. That's right, Azel. Lauren Biggs knows what's up. I came in behind today, but I was here.
Yeah.
Wesley
You'll have to watch
Franklin.
it back. That's okay.
Always a pleasure, Wesley. Always
Glad
a pleasure.
you're here, Wesley. I think you're right, Dossie. I don't know if that would happen either. I mean, Vince is gone now, though. So if Brett has been back and Vince is gone, maybe.
But I mean, it's tough. I mean, Bret Hart was. I'm not sure if there's anybody as bitter as Bret Hart in the history of pro wrestling. Man, my man holds grudges. He was bitter.
True story.
Bitter.
True story.
He actually said that he thought that they killed Owen Hart to get back at him. Like
that's how bad it was.
You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy to think something like that. So if he can forgive,
right? Maybe.
But then again, I don't know. If it happened to me, if I blue blazed myself into a pine box, would you allow an induction to the Hall of Fame? Would you be okay with
Once Vince was gone, absolutely, because I know how much that would have meant to you. You think he doesn't want that? You think Owen's not like, hey, man, let them put me in the Hall of Fame, woman?
Yeah. That's a fair point. 6.0, 6 out of 10 for Sean Swaby. Yeah, AEW, they're I don't know. Last week's show wasn't awful, but at the same time, it's very different than WWE. This is literally apples and oranges at this point with as far as their content goes and how they are presenting their shows. I can't even really I can't even really compare them. Miss Elizabeth, perfect example. If Lex Luger can be inducted, then certainly Miss Elizabeth can be inducted.
Right.
Absolutely. The first lady of pro wrestling, though I know she wasn't, but still, she was significant. And it's not even like, and this is what I'm saying, the impact that you leave in such a short span of time, that also says a lot.
Yeah.
You know, because there are people who will be in a promotion for the same amount of time and you cannot remember their name at all.
Yep.
So that says something. I like that, what Steven said. Miss Elizabeth will walk so China can run. I like that.
Oh.
I like that a lot.
I like that too.
Hold on. We're going to get out of here, but Bone Crusher's here. Let me let her in, and then we're going to say our goodbyes.
I could crawl over there.
You cannot. Behave yourselves as we say our goodbyes. Actually, maybe the clapper would.
Yes, John Elite for life. Yes, they go too far. In my opinion, I'm not a huge fan anymore of AEW because I don't want to see half the stuff they do. He'll watch that crap. I don't want to see no real life Saw. No, thank you.
I mean, I don't want to see compound fractures, but at the same time, when it comes to pro wrestling, I like the stiff hits. Stella, I like the stiff hits.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
You got one more super chat
Yep,
on your way out.
I see it. Let me see what we got here. 3 Diglets. Come on now. Jerry the King Lawler. Ladies and gentlemen, good old Jim Ross here with me as always, my broadcast colleague, Jerry the King Lawler. King, we've got a super chat here from 3 Diglets. Go ahead and read this out for you, King. How do you feel about that?
The puppies!
Love it. Jerry Lawler did cook Mark Henry when Mark was crying, begging Martha to put Hohen in the Hall of Fame, though. Jerry was like, okay, and you think she was watching? If you're so close to her, tell her in private.
Wow. Who said that he was so close to her because he was crying? He might have been close to, I don't know, the one who he's crying about?
I see your point. I think it's a double-edged sword because it's a gamble. You try to tell something to somebody in private, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's like the issue with whatever's going on with Vin Diesel and The Rock. Hey!
Stop!
Where's my clapper?
She just wants to bite it.
It was like what's going on with Vin Diesel and The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
That spilled over in the public in a way it didn't need to.
Right.
And then he saw Vin Diesel over here at the award show. He was looking down. He was like, hey, Dwayne. You know? Like, bro. Really? Are we doing this right now? I thought we were past this little thing that we had.
They were going to fight at the award show?
No. Rock was in the audience. Vin came up
and
giving an award. He
Dwayne?
saw Dwayne sitting there and he goes, hey, Dwayne.
That's hilarious.
I can't believe you didn't see that.
I don't watch a lot, but that's really, really funny. I can't believe you didn't send it to me.
So what I'm basically saying is it's like Vin Diesel decided, let's go ahead and put this out in the public. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was like, yeah, not so much. Let's keep this between us in private. So it kind of depends. It kind of depends. I can see both sides of the coin, but I can appreciate that. Thank you very much, 3 Diglets, for that super chat.
That is a solid point, though, 3 Diglets.
It is. It is. It's a very solid point. I mean, I don't see...
Not about them being closer out of pocket, but that more than likely she ain't watching that crap. But I'm sure it got back to her. Y'all are talking about it. My big old boot is kicking her in the face.
Yeah, so I'm going to walk the channel mascots.
My boot's hurting the dogs.
Thank y'all so much for joining us for our Raw review and basically just having a little bit of a conversation about what's going on with the current state of the WWE. This is kind of what this is. It's like the state of the WWE address.
And thank you to our new fighting champion. Put his belt up.
So is that it? Is the polls closed?
That's it.
That's it? All right.
It's 8:30.
Here's the fighter title. Right here, ladies and gentlemen. The Lightweight Super Chat Championship, the fighter title. It's fight night. That for Corp CA?
Corp CA.
Corp CA.
Thank you, Lauren.
Congratulations to Corp CA. Came in here at the special request of Just Alex of Alex's
Joffrey.
World. Thank you, Corp CA. Thank you, Just Alex. We are, in fact, humbled by that love. Thank you very, very much. And we're getting a congratulations, big dog. Now, it doesn't mean that he's still not going to get in. Okay? 3 Dudes wasn't digging that out. You know what I'm saying? Just not tonight.
Well, it's not the Super Chat Championship. It's the mid-card title.
And this is a great point as well. Sophie Dopey, we have not seen Sheamus on this road to WrestleMania.
We have not.
And I'm going to tell you, from my money, I would all day like to see Sheamus go one more again against Bron Breakker and finally get that strap on.
Thank you, Sophie Dophie.
But we just didn't do it. That's a great point right there.
Oh, Steven got all pastorally.
Thank you, Wesley. Thank you very much. He got pastorally. Was going to be on the side of redemption and reconciliation.
And I would like for my dog and my cat to reconcile in peace right now. Stop it.
Stella.
But this kid be hanging with this big old dog, though.
This is
She's
now.
still a Zelina of our house. She's feisty. She might be little, but she's feisty.
I know, that's right. Was that a house show with a picture with Finn Balor? I mean,
What is
house
he, a
shows
fan?
don't exist.
He's a fan. He's a fan. He's a fan.
House shows are for, for the fans to just kind of whatever.
Actually, Roman is helping me recoup with my injury. Thank you.
No, he is not. Actually, he is in our bed right now.
Oh my!
You don't see him on the. You don't see him on the set. He is in our bed right now. Okay, this feels like a natural stopping point. I do want to thank the Mod Squad. We saw one bot in here, and y'all kept an eye on everything. Thank you to our members. We're just being members.
Yeah.
We're going to have some content for you guys later on this week. Thank you so much for rocking with us as members. Thank you to those who have gifted memberships. Thank you very, very, very much. To every single person that reached deep down into the pocket today and said, because we love and respect and we acknowledge you, and you super chatted. You didn't have to do it. And we really so appreciate and thank you for doing so.
As do our sponsored children and St. Jude's Cancer Research and the homeless
Stella ain't
mission for
playing.
hope that we support with your guys' help.
Longer than this episode of Raw this week. Yeah, I know. Corpse CA after Mania, my rivalry with Douglas goes on pause. I have another storyline to adhere to. Fair enough. But I'll tell you what. The road to WrestleMania between Three Douglas and Corpse CA is more interesting than anything WWE's got going on right now. That is where the money is.
That is
literally
where the money is.
Okay, this road to WrestleMania up in here. I'm about it. 6-way for bronze, IC belt. Finn versus Dom versus Sheamus versus AJ versus Logan Paul. Now that.
Yeah, because
I'm not
Logan
mad
Paul will be in this, and as far as I understand, I mean, maybe he'll be in there with the Drew and Damian thing. I don't know, but he's gonna be in there somewhere. Oh, he's got the AJ Styles thing, huh? He'll
Whatever
be in there
that
with
is.
AJ Styles, so that'll be interesting. But
Whatever that
I do
is.
want to say that Steven did drop the link to his channel, Marked by Wrestling. So anyone in here, if you guys plan on watching NXT tomorrow, please meet us there, hang out, and watch along NXT.
Abso-freaking-lutely. We will be in the chat as well. And I want to say thank you to our subscribers. We are climbing, but we still have a ways to go trying to double our subscribership by the end of the year. Please tell a friend, tell a family member, subscribe to the channel. Come on in. It's a fun time. If you were new here, thank you for joining us. We know there are so many people that are doing this in this space. We appreciate you spending some time with us here on Monday nights. We apologize that we're not able to do our regular live watch-alongs because they are abroad. It is a little tricky time-wise. We'll be back on our normal schedule as soon as we can, but we'll be back this week for Friday Night SmackDown. We may or may not have a little something for the members later on. We call the Members Lounge.
The Members Lounge.
We'll have a little something for the members as well. And that's about it. Jeffrey Rammer says subscribe, and we need y'all to subscribe. I'm going to try out and help you out again with a VPN trial. Thank you, Steven. We're going to try something new. I got a different laptop. It's a fresh one. So we're going to try it on there, and let's see what we can do.
Yeah.
There may be a possibility we may be able to still pull this off.
On the new one.
So we hope you all enjoyed yourself. We hope that you guys will come back for some more A&B combos.
A wrestling edition.
Thank you for the well wishes for B.
Thank
She
you
has
so
been
much.
a hot mess. Slowly but surely, we're seeing positive movements forward, and that's literally slowly.
But
But
surely,
surely.
I'm getting up, I'm getting around. I know
So
Punk.
she's getting there. Lauren Biggs, you already know.
Yes.
You are real one. Sophie Dopey, thank you for sticking around. I know you said you weren't
Yes.
going to be able to do it, but thank you for sticking around. We appreciate that. We love y'all. We thank you. And we sincerely hope that we are number one in your hearts because you are absolutely number one in ours. So from the bottom of our hearts, we thank you. We appreciate you. We love you. And we will bid you all
Adieu.
God bless you all. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Tomorrow night, NXT, Marked by Wrestling. Check him out. And we will catch you all later. Good night.
Bye.